Overwhelmed by email chaos? The brand new iOS 18 mail update is here, and it's either going to be your secret weapon or your biggest nightmare. Stick around and find out. I'm Dylan Stewart, the MacWhisperer, and in this video, we're going to dive into the brand new iOS 18 Mail app, which has some brand new features like categorization that people are either loving or hating. Once you know how to use it, you can decide for yourself. Make sure to stick around for my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where I deliver some powerful tools that will change how you use mail forever. Let's hop on over to the phone and get started. When you first jump into the Mail app, you'll usually find yourself in this view, which is called the Inbox view. But to really understand how to get around the Mail app, we need to take a step backwards by clicking our back arrow in the upper left-hand corner here and starting off in the Mailboxes view. In the Mailboxes view, you'll see mailboxes for any email accounts you've configured. Up at the top, we've got a section called the Favorites section. The Favorites section is really helpful because it's completely customizable. By clicking on the Edit button in the upper right-hand corner, you can turn off or on any email accounts that you've got configured. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll find some really valuable tools like the VIP section, the Flag section, the Remind Me section, or even the ability to turn on your All Trash, All Sent, All Junk, and All Drafts section so that you always have all your email without hunting around through the separate accounts. The Favorites section is so powerful that you can add any mailbox from any account into this section by coming down to the bottom and choosing Add Mailbox. Go into whatever email account that mailbox is located in and just click on it and click Done. Now that mailbox will show up right at the top of your Favorites section, making it really easy for you to get to that important mailbox without having to scroll through all of these other accounts. In fact, if you set up your Favorites section properly, you can usually turn off all the accounts you see down here by clicking the arrow to the right and just closing them up to save space and make it easier to navigate through your entire mailbox without having to scroll around. Take a few moments and set up your Favorites section. Remember, pressing the Edit button will allow you to turn on or off any accounts, and pressing and holding on the three lines on the right side will allow you to move sections up or down to make sure your favorite section is perfectly configured and gives you everything you need on one screen. Now let's hop into our All Inboxes section right here and take a look at the Inboxes view. The first major change you'll see in iOS 18's Mail app shows up in the Inbox view. It's called the Priority section. And the Priority section looks through your inbox for email messages that maybe you missed, but that are really important. And it brings them right up to the top to make it easy to click on them and address that issue quickly and simply. The priorities are automatic, so there's nothing you can do to force something to show up there, but in most cases, it finds the messages that need your attention and brings them up so you can find them easily. The next thing you're going to notice about this new iOS 18 update is the categories that we see up at the top. We're used to seeing all of our message in the inbox without any categorization, but in this new update, Apple has separated out your inbox into 4 separate categories to make sure you can find the most important messages and not get overwhelmed by all the junk. The first section is the primary section, and that's where you'll find all your email conversations with the people and the companies that you work with on a regular basis. Moving one section over to the right, you'll find the transactions section. In this section, you'll find any orders, any purchases, any shipments, transactions. If it has to do with money, it's probably going to show up right here. Moving one more section over to the right, and we end up in the Updates section. The Updates section highlights communication with companies, giving you news, newsletters, and even social media updates all in one place. Moving one over to the right, we get into our Promotions tab. The Promotions tab is where you'll find sales, coupons, and all sorts of promotional emails. One of the things I like best about the new categorization feature is that it stacks emails on top of each other. So when I'm in the Update section and I come down to delete this Tanner Lee email, it's actually going to delete all 6 emails from Tanner Lee at the same time. This is going to make it so easy for me to quickly get caught up on my promotional emails, my updates, and my transactions without completely losing my mind. Sometimes something gets put into the wrong category though, but there's a tool that can fix that. This John Smith should actually be inside of my primary. So if I click on it here and click on the three dots in the upper right hand corner, I can categorize the sender and make sure that he is always categorized in the primary section. You can move things in or out of any category by simply going up to those three dots and recategorizing that specific sender. As you continue to use the Mail app, it gets smarter and smarter, and the categorization gets better and better. Also, if you look over in the primary section, you'll see some messages have a little colored icon to the right side, like this Experian Alerts here, the Stripe Alert here, or this meeting summary here. These are emails that the iPhone believes to be time sensitive. So even though normally it would be an update or a transaction, because it's time sensitive, it automatically shows up in the primary section to make sure that I don't miss it. Super helpful. But sometimes you'll be working on your Mail app and you won't want all of these categories. It's easy to temporarily turn off the categories by simply tapping on the active category a second time. So because primary is currently active, if I tap on it again, I go into all mail. And if I was in the promotions section and tapped on promotions again, I would go into all mail. When you're in the all mail section, you'll see everything from every category without it being separated. And then it's easy to go back to the categories by clicking on any one of the sections and it resets it. This makes it so easy to have categories or turn them off if you don't need to. But if you just hate the category feature and want it gone forever, that's also really easy to do. By clicking on the three dots in the upper right corner, you can change from the categories view to the list view, which will put everything back the way it was before iOS 18. Also, from that same three dots, you can turn off the show priority if you don't like that function or it's not accurate. Now let's talk about some of the other tools that exist inside of this Inboxes view. First off, in the lower left-hand corner, we've got the Mail filter. This is a super helpful tool that gets overlooked or underutilized. Simply clicking on this will hide any messages that have already been read, making sure that you only see the unread messages. If you've got a ton of emails and you just want to see the new ones, this is going to make it easy to find that. Notice in the bottom middle where it says filtered by, it shows unread. If you tap where it says unread, you can add other options to the filter. You can turn on or off any emails that you don't want it to search. You can turn on or off flagged, or attachments, or VIPs, or only mail sent today. You can make any of these changes anytime you want, and the filter will immediately reflect those changes. So the next time you come in and turn on the filter, it'll eliminate anything that doesn't match those requirements. If you are going to change your standard filter, I recommend coming back and changing it to unread when you're done playing around, because between you and I, that's the best filter feature there is. Also, in the upper right-hand corner, you've got a select button. The select button can allow you to easily select multiple messages, and using the buttons down at the bottom, you can click the mark button to mark it as junk, mark it as read, or flag it. You can click the Move button to move those messages into any folder in any one of your email accounts. Or you can just trash it by clicking the Trash button on the bottom right corner. A little pro tip for you when you're using the Select function. If you put your finger down on the circle on the left and just roll downwards, you can select a large number of messages without having to click them one at a time. This is really helpful if you're in the Update section or the Promotions section and you just want to clean house and get rid of all of that junk that's been holding you back since, well, forever. Next, let's talk about the swiping tools that we can use from this view. We can swipe from either the left side or the right side of any email message. And depending on which way we swipe, there's lots of options. Swiping from the left to the right, we have two options. The unread option, which can mark a message as read or unread, and the Remind Me option. The Remind Me option will set a reminder that will bring this email up to the top of your inbox at the time that you specified so that you can remember to reply to it or add additional information in. Swiping from the right side to the left side, we have three options. The Trash option, the option to flag a message. Flagging is really helpful because it can allow you to easily find specific kinds of messages. I use all kinds of different flags in my mail. For example, one of my flags tracks orders that have not yet arrived. one of them tracks bills, one of them tracks travel itineraries, and one of them tracks all the important messages that I want to make sure I respond to quickly. And then we've also got the More button here. The More button does the exact same function as the Reply button, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Another little pro tip for you here. If you are doing a partial swipe, you will then have to click the next button. But if you do a complete swipe all the way from the left side to the right side like this, it will automatically perform the action. So from the left side to the right side, it will turn this message from unread to read without my having to stop and click in the middle. And again, if you do a partial swipe from the right side, you'll then have to click the separate options. But if you do a full swipe from the right side to the left side, it will immediately delete that message with one clean, simple gesture. Now, let's step into the message view by clicking on one of our emails. Once we're inside of the message view, there's several options we can use. Down in the lower left-hand corner, clicking the trash icon will delete this message. Clicking the folder icon will move this message into one of our email folders. You'll notice here it gives a suggestion at the bottom suggesting that it should move it to Sent Messages, but if you click up above where it says Move Message, you can choose any folder from any account right from here. To the right of that, we've got the Reply button. Clicking the Reply button opens up a host of tools. You'll see Reply, Reply All, Forward, and Trash. But if you continue scrolling down, you'll find a section where you can create a reminder or set yourself a flag. Remember, you can set flags in a number of different colors, allowing you to categorize one color as one type of email and another color as something else, so you can quickly locate things like your orders or your itineraries. Continuing to scroll down, you've got a ton of other options, including the Categorize Sender option in case you need to train this sender into a different category. But don't overlook the fact that you can print your email from right here as well. Clicking on this print button will open up a screen allowing you to connect to any wireless printers and allowing you to print this message out right from your phone. In addition to that, in the upper right-hand corner, we've got the ability to click these arrows to go down to the next message or up to the previous message. This can make it really easy to look through a lot of your emails without going back and forth to different screens. You can also click up at the top right here to get more information about who sent the message and if there were any CCs, BCCs, or other information. Now, let's create a brand new email message by clicking on the new email icon in the bottom right corner. Notice that the new message icon is in the bottom right corner on every one of the mail screens. So whether you're inside of a message, inside of your inbox, or in your mailbox view, you can always easily start a new message. Let's go ahead and click it. From the new message view, up at the top, we can address our email. You can do this by typing a couple of letters and it will look inside of your address book. But if you don't know who you want to send it to, or you want to send it to an entire group, click the plus button on the right side, which will open up your whole address book, allowing you access to any of your address book groups or any of the people in your address book. Simply clicking on anyone's name will add them right into this email. Down below that, we've got the CC and BCC section. Clicking right here will open up this section where you can carbon copy or blind carbon copy anyone from this email. And down below, we've got the From section. If you've got multiple email accounts on your phone, this is where you can come and click on the email address to choose a different email to send this message from. It will default to whatever your default email account is. And if you're not sure what that is, head over to Settings, go down to the bottom where it says Apps, and open up Mail, and check and see what your default account is. The default account should be set to whichever email address you use the most. Moving down below that, we've got our subject section where we can easily type in a subject line. I strongly encourage you to never send an email without putting a subject line in first because it will just immediately get flagged as spam. And here's another pro tip for you. If you look over to the right side of the subject line, you'll notice this little alarm bell. Clicking on that will turn on the notification capability for this message, meaning if anyone responds or replies to this message, you will be alerted immediately so you don't miss any updates. And now that we've got all our information filled out, we're ready to send this email. But I'm not going to do that yet. let's just hold off for a moment. If you got great value from this video, learned something new, or had an aha moment, give this video a thumbs up. That just makes it so much easier for other people to find this video. And if you've got a question, a comment, something you want more information about, something you want less information about, drop it down in the comments section. I love to hear from you guys. And there's a little legend that I've heard. Every time someone subscribes, a spinning beach ball gets its wings. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of my new videos. And maybe that beach ball will leave you alone for a few minutes. Now with that said, let's hop into the power tip. So now that we've done all this amazing work, learning how to use the Mail app, learning how to categorize our emails, learning about prioritizations and all sorts of other functions, we've gone ahead and built this email. But sometimes you're not ready to send it right away. So you need to be able to put an email into the drafts section. And there's two really powerful ways to do that. The first one is by clicking the cancel button in the upper left-hand corner here. That will give you the option to either delete this message or save the draft. But where do drafts go when you save them? We'll talk about that in just a moment. There's a better way to do it. Let's click the cancel button. Sometimes you've been working on an email and you're almost ready to send it, but you need to grab some additional information or look something up or email someone else before you fully send it. It's really easy to save a message as a draft and come back to it later by grabbing this little notch at the top of the email and just dragging it all the way to the bottom of the screen. When you do that, it will dock it down at the bottom of the screen underneath your Mail app. Now you can go about and do anything else you want to do with Mail. You can create new messages. You can do anything you want to do, and that email will stay docked at the bottom of your Mail app until you're ready to get back to it by simply tapping on it. But there's even one more power tip I want to give you before we finish up this video. Let's click cancel on this, and let's click where it says Save Draft. Now, many people know that if you click the back arrow in the upper left-hand corner, you can find your drafts folder in your favorites list. But that's not the easiest way to do it. There's a much easier way to do it from right inside the inbox view. By pressing and holding on your new message icon in the bottom right-hand corner, it will automatically pop up all of your previous drafts, making it easy for you to get back to any message, no matter how long ago you wrote it. So that's what we've got for today's video, all about Apple Mail's new iOS 18 update. Hope you learned something new and got great value out of it. But remember, there's always something more to learn. Check out this video to learn even more about how to use your Apple products to become more productive and more organized. I'm Dylan Stewart, and I will see you in the comments.